Time for our Media Moments, where we check in on the day's bias, buzz, and bull in the world of cable news and beyond. Piers Morgan gets a lot of attention, whether he's criticizing Meghan Markle, storming off sets, or fighting with former President Donald Trump. But he used that same mentality to interview the Taliban spokesperson, Suhail Shaheen. And it was really effective, as he challenged him on past comments, for example, on how Afghani girls will be treated.
So that was you talking about women in Afghanistan and schoolgirls, and you assured us that they would be in a better position than they were in the past. But in fact, they've now gone back to the position they were in when the Taliban was in charge before, which is a position of being oppressed. Why is that? And why did you lie about improving a lot of women?
Taliban spokesperson pointed the finger, of course, at the media.
Your judgment is based on distorted reports of media. Right now, 123,000 female students and teachers and government universities and private universities, they are either working or receiving education. Do you know about that?
But Piers did know, and he shot right back at Shaheen.
It is true that some primary school girls are still going to school. It's after they get to teenage years. It's after they get to teenage years, you have stopped them going to school. You don't want girls in Afghanistan to go through full-time education. That's not improving the welfare and lifestyle of women in Afghanistan. It's suppressing them. Why don't you let secondary school-age girls go back to school?
And this is where the Taliban spokesperson started to slip.
The secondary age school, primary school, there are 4 million girls are going to school. Now, the issue of secondary schools, education for girls, they are under consideration. We have never said they are banned.
I never said they're banned. They're, quote, under consideration. It's not often that the Taliban is forced to answer tough questions.
A girl should be entitled to go to school in Afghanistan the same way a boy goes to. You yourself said in August last year that they had nothing to worry about, nothing to be scared about. So if you've got nothing to worry about, let them go back to school. Give them the education that they were having. Give them the education that they deserve. Just do it.
Morgan then asked if women in Afghanistan still have to cover their heads with a full burqa.
Just to be clear, every woman in Afghanistan right now can go out and does not have to wear the full burqa, and she will get no bad treatment from Taliban. Is that correct? They're all free not to wear the burqa. Yes. Is that your official position?
Not sure the response was terribly convincing. Let's listen.
If they observe hijab, it may be a veil, it may be a piece of cloth, it may be a burqa, but the burqa is not the only type of hijab. It is clearly said. Any type of a piece of cloth, she covers herself, her body, that is a hijab.
Yeah, well, whether you call it a burqa or some piece of clothing. And this is where Piers drove home his point.
The decree that came down from the Vice and Virtue Ministry was that they were not allowed to reveal more than their eyes. So whichever way you try and spin this, that is a draconian measure which is designed to suppress women more than they've been used to in the last 2 decades.
Now look, Piers Morgan will never be given credit by many in the media because he's Piers Morgan. But that's not the way we roll here. We call him as we see him. This was a tough, good, important interview, and Piers Morgan deserves credit for doing it. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.